Today I am talking to the healthy mummy, Rhian Allen. She has this new book, The Busy Mum's Guide to Weight Loss. We're going to be talking about how to survive being a busy mum by eating healthy and staying fit. We're also going to talk about how to combat fussy eaters, children who are fussy. And we're going to be talking about her booming business and how she successfully does all of it all at once. Rhian Allen, what a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I just said to her, I feel like I already know you because I've read your book and I've watched you online and you're like a normal human.
I am normal. I promise you, I'm totally normal.
So thank you for coming. You have absolutely killed this business that you have created. You've just written this book, The Busy Mum's Guide to Weight Loss, which sign me up.
Yeah.
And you've got the Healthy Mummy website.
Yes.
Which has just exploded. You've got all sorts of smoothies and products that we can buy to become healthier, wiser, and better mums.
Yeah, hopefully we try to.
So please take me back to before this all began and why you started it and how it's grown into what it is today.
I was working in a media kind of corporate role. It wasn't something that, I loved doing, and I felt that it was making a difference, a good difference to the world. But I loved fitness and nutrition. So that's where my passion really lay. And I'd done some online courses and I just loved learning about food and how it can help you and just balance in life. But I didn't know how to really do anything with that. And then I became pregnant and started gaining weight in pregnancy, as you do. And that was a new thing. And then I started researching, was there anything to help mums lose weight after you gain weight? Mm-hmm. And there was nothing that really took into account what it was actually like for a mum when you've had children and you're trying to lose weight and actually do it in a sensible way. So there was lots of kind of weight loss programs and health programs which talked about harsh methods, drastic things, cutting out food groups, and after I'd learned everything I'd learned from nutrition, kind of go, all those traditional diets are just they don't marry up with really sensible ways to be healthy and actually lose weight in a healthy way. Mm-hmm. When you've had kids, your whole life changes. Mm-hmm. Everything from your relationship with your body to how your body looks to your finances obviously change a lot, to the actual support you get as a female and a mum. And I wanted to go, how can I do good and actually help mums to actually get healthy, lose weight? So at 6 months pregnant, I quit my job, sold my house, convinced my husband this was a good thing to do.
Wow.
And he believed that, she feel quite, passionate about it. And I did. So on October the 1st, 2010, I started the business. And my first baby was born in December 2010. So it was full steam ahead. And it's just been amazing because, I've never looked back, and just knowing how many mums we help all the time, it's so amazing. It's so worthwhile. I feel like I genuinely am doing something good with my life and to give back to people and to mums all the time.
Because that takes a lot of hard work and effort and sleepless nights and so many things to start a business and to create a business that's successful as well. So well done you.
Thank you.
What do you find is the most common kind of human that comes across your path?
Most mums, it's the time. You have no time. Time's gone. It's a common thing that we talk about. If you knew how no time you have when you're a mum, you would be rejoicing before having kids. You've got so much time before having kids. So time is the biggest thing. You don't have time for yourself, and then combine that with lack of money. So budget is a huge issue. A lot of mums will lose sense of who they are after they have kids because their body and self-confidence isn't what they used to be. Lacking, I suppose, friendships they may have had before they lose. We put an enormous amount of focus on community support, so that we have over 1.5 million mums across our community, and they all support each other. So I'm a huge believer in positive and non-judging and kind of always supporting people. And online today that can be a bit difficult sometimes. So we have kind of really heavily moderated online community because mums are vulnerable and you're coming for support. So I think support is a huge thing. I think budget is a huge thing, and lack of time is a huge thing. And we try to kind of really look at those three things and put an enormous amount of support from us to help mums succeed.
Okay. if someone is thinking, I can't do this, I don't believe that, you know, I'm the exception to the rule of ever getting on the healthy train and doing it, I don't have time, I don't, you know, have the budget, whatever. What have you got to say to her?
I'm a huge believer in it's when you feel ready inside. You can't, no one can make you motivated, no one can make you ready to take that first step. It has to come from within. But when you see all these other mums who are in the same position as you, because there's always someone like you, whatever your story is, there's always someone in a similar story. And when you hear what they're doing and you go, you know what, there is someone I can talk to who is in the same situation as me, I can reach out to that person, you will find that inner confidence and that inner strength to take that first step. And it doesn't have to be a huge step, it's just one first step, and eventually all those steps add up and you start seeing results. And one of the things about us is that we're not saying to anyone, you're going to get a six-pack, you have to work out an hour a day or 2 hours a day. It's not about that. It's just about doing something, you know. Most mums will say, I'm not trying to get a six-pack, I'm just trying to get more energy and I'm trying to be confident. We're not trying to say get to a size 8. You get to whatever you want to get to. So for some mums it might be going from size 26 to size 18.
Now, I need to talk about this book because I'm not great in the kitchen. I'm just going to be honest. I'm kind of terrible. Just ask my family. I'm like, rice and chicken again.
That's good. Just put a bit of flavour on and you're good to go.
See, I even struggle with that some days. For a creative person, I'm not very creative in the kitchen. I look at cookbooks and I get a book like this, I think, nah, too much, I can't, I don't know what to do. But then, on further investigation into this, I'm flipping through and I see the almighty shopping list page.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, okay, that I could do.
You can do
so
that.
There's a week of eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then here's what you need to buy at the supermarket.
This is not a foodie book. This is not like, you know, it's cordon bleu, fancy. This is family food, healthy family food. Traditionally, if you're doing a weight loss plan or something like that, you know, you cook something and then you've got to cook something else for the kids, something else for the husband, because it's all, you know, a bit full on. Not the case with this. This is family friendly, healthy food, so that you cook once for the whole family as opposed to different kind of stuff. The other thing, meal prep, right? So what I tend to do is I will on a Sunday spend a couple of hours doing either bulk making a few of the recipes or do a few of them and then just popping them into the freezer so they're done for the week.
I feel like meal prep it's coming at me.
It is.
It's on everywhere I look on Instagram, someone's doing a meal prep.
They are. It's trending, right?
I'm not comprehending. So it's a Sunday, which is normally a pretty chill day for most people, I guess. And then you would go through some meals that you want to prepare them, and then put them in the freezer.
Absolutely.
So then you come home from soccer and you just defrost and go.
Amazing.
Or pull it out the fridge that morning.
Pull it in the fridge in the morning. It's amazing. I love it. I know tonight I have got Mexican lasagna waiting for me. It's happy days.
I don't.
I do.
I have to go home and make my food.
I do, because I meal prepped it. It's great, but I made it on Sunday. I just made extra. You know, I do it with lunch boxes as well, because I know that if I'm organised, it makes the morning better.
Can we talk about Fussy Eaters? Because I have one of those. My 4-year-old is allergic to vegetables. He eats apple and he eats cucumber now. As of last week.
That's good. That's progress.
Help. Like, what do we do?
My 7-year-old has always been fussy, so I've lived with the fussy eater. I will get him, as mentioned, to cook stuff and get involved with stuff that does help, and talk to him about why the food is important. So I'll say, you know, if you eat this carrot, it's a super powered carrot, it's going to give you energy, and try to, you know, appeal to the brain. It does work sometimes, but other times it's, you know, oh my God, it's a green pea. Always blend vegetables up in sauces. That's always a fail-safe. I will do bolognese 10 different types of ways, and, you know, lasagnas and all things like that, because you can hide so many veggies. Like, that is my fail-safe with him particularly. Negotiation does tend to work with them, even though I'm sure a parenting expert would say it's not good, but it does work for me. But I will say you can choose one or that, but you have to have one of them. But give him a little bit of feeling empowered that he gets to choose. And then after a bit of huffing and puffing, he will usually choose one of them. The other thing is that cooking with different ways to hide things. So like in the book, for example, we've got a great one, which is hidden veggie nuggets. You get the chicken, and then rather than using just your normal breadcrumbs and deep frying it, you kind of grate cauliflower, you grate zucchini, but not the green bit of the zucchini, because then it will be the clear bit. And he eats those. He thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread. It does small wins for me, because I'm like, he's getting the vegetables. Because he is so fussy, I look for different ways. So we created the Healthy Mummy Kid Smoothie a couple of years ago, which is jammed full of probiotics and vitamins to try and get good stuff in him. So I'm always looking at ways to get the stuff in at the same time as trying to encourage him to eat things. But it is an ongoing battle.
Switching it up a little and talking about business.
Yes.
Your business is huge and it's booming, and you just did this book go number one?
Yeah, number one selling lifestyle book in Australia. So
what do you think? Well, I think you've really tapped into a need.
For me in the business, we place the customer as number one. So that's always been like my ethos from day one. It is a business, but I see the customers as the shareholders of the business. If they're not happy, then there isn't a business, So I will ask them all the time, what do you want? What do you need? What are you happy with? What are you not happy with? And I let their decisions or their answers guide what we do. So I think listening and having that listening skill and always investing back in what the customer wants and the customer needs has been the reason to be the success. And I think a lot of businesses don't do that because they're more focused on the bottom line and profits and doing what they want versus what the customer wants. Whereas for me, I've always wanted to do something good and help people as opposed to just doing a business for the sake of doing a business.
Was your husband terrified when you sold the house and you're like, no, I just want to give back to the community?
He's really awesome. Like he kind of knew that if I was really passionate about something, that I was going to give it everything, and I would make it work. I mean, he didn't question it. He was just like, if it's really what you want to do, just do it. So he's been amazing.
Talk me through a day in the life of you.
So I get up at like 5 to 5:30, just to start getting stuff done. Firstly, I do just check emails because stuff happens like just non-stop, and then I do exercise because if I don't do it in the morning, it's never going to happen. And then around about 6:30, I get the kids up, and then it's kids time for breakfast and lunch boxes and everything, and then I'm on school run mode. For me, that's what's really important to me as well, is that I always wanted to be around for the kids. And then I go to the office.
What does your team look like? Is it ginormous?
Manny was 23 people in the Manny office.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot. And we're growing all the time. And then there's about 150 around the country as well who are doing various things. I'm in the office and it's non-stop. It's non-stop. Like, it's meeting after meeting after meeting. And I'm always kind of like, if I try and hide out in the boardroom and do some work. I usually try and leave the office most days around kind of 2:45 to do school pickup. Sometimes I can't because I've got longer meetings. And then it's home, play with the kids, start dinner, or do my meal prep, and then it's like school homework, wind down to bed or wind up or whatever it may be on that particular day. And I usually do work till around 11:30 and then back up and then do it again. So it's like,
wow,
that's my day.
Yeah, I feel like we have similar lives.
And it's so it's quite kind of repetitive, but it works. I always feel lucky because I always think the alternative is something that I would not want not to be around, not be there. So it is a juggle, and sometimes I'm like exhausted. But it's
you wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't.
What sort of a boss are you?
There's a lot going on, and as the business has grown, I'm probably not in the office as much as I used to be because I do a lot of TV and I'm off doing lots of different stuff now. I'm a fair person. I'm always kind of fair person. I give people a lot of freedom. I like to empower people to do their roles, but I like people who are responsible, and I like to kind of give people back as a thank you for the responsibility. So if people want to leave to do school pickup and pick it up later on, do kind of work and afford them a similar kind of flexibility as my crazy life, I'm cool with that. No one has any guilt in our office. It's it's a very flexible working arrangement.
That is so great. And I think mums especially, give them a task.
Yeah.
They're so time efficient.
Totally.
Because there is never enough time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
between 9 and 3, they can get whatever they need to
Yeah.
get done.
Yeah.
We'll finish with this. It's hard to stay motivated.
Yeah.
I find, like it's all well and good to like get the book and you're like, right,
Yes.
the first 2 weeks you're gun
Yes.
ho and you're in and you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it
yeah.
and you're so excited and you're
Yeah.
motivated.
Yeah.
And then by week 4 you're like,
Yeah.
I'll just have the chocolate.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
would be your tip to
Yeah.
keep us motivated?
Yeah. So it's actually quite easy. So when you feel your motivation, whatever it may be, create a motivation board. So sit down and try to visually create something on that moment when you felt that way and felt motivated, and put it up. So whenever you have dips and you ever, go, it's week 4 or it's week whatever it is, and you're going, I'm just going to sit and eat a whole chocolate cake. Which we've all felt. You kind of go back to that and try to recapture those moments you have. Inner motivation is the most powerful thing, and you just need to relight it and kind of think it. Even if you have a bad day and you do eat whatever it may be, it's only a day. Don't beat yourself up. Don't kind of throw the towel in and go, I'm going to give it all up. Everyone has bad days.
Great advice. Oh, you're amazing.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
I feel like we're best friends. So I've got a little gift for you.
Oh my goodness.
This is Fitbit
Oh
Versa.
my goodness.
It's the new one, which I'm repping right now, and it is so
Thank you.
good. You
Oh
can
my
count your
goodness.
steps, you can monitor your sleep.
And you've got one here.
Yeah, I've got one
Oh,
here.
how amazing. Thank
Women's
you
health.
so
That's
much.
a pleasure.
Mwah. Thank you. That's so kind. I'm so excited. Thank you.
That's
oh
okay.
my goodness.